happened? Oh, just stuff for the show or what?
Well, no, just stuff going on. I was watching some of the YouTube videos talking about the Marvel 1000 and Mark Waid, and it's like, nope. All right, hold on a second. We're live now. For everybody out there, I kind of started the stream while we were in the halfway through middle of a conversation, so oh well, it happens. But needless to say, hello everybody, and welcome to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and you are joining us for the Hero Hour, where we live stream, draw, talk comics, and so much other crazy stuff. And I don't know, sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's just fun, sometimes it's silly, but we have a good time doing it.
It's adolescent.
Usually it's adolescent. Yeah, well, that's exactly true. But I went by the comic book store today, and I didn't have a lot of time, so I ended up picking up only just a couple of books out of the bin, and I picked up previews. And I figured if we had a moment or two, maybe we'd look at some of the stuff coming out from previews.
Try to get excited about comics again, huh?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm setting up to do a drawing. I have no clue what I'm going to draw this evening, but maybe we'll look at the comics first. I only picked up 10. So, all right, here we go. I'll show you what I got. This is Lucifer number 10 from 2001. I found more and more of these older issues of Lucifer, and I have at least one customer who has been buying them. So, what's up, Mr. Cross? How's it going?
Rick Piper.
Rick, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, he's real low.
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
Okay, I don't know why.
It happens to me all the time. Sometimes I have to drop out and come back in.
Yeah, if your audio's set up correctly, you may just have to drop out and come back in.
What about now? How am I?
Now you're good. Now you're good.
I just changed what was getting my voice.
Dillard asks, you will be talking about Hero during the Hero Hour, will you not? Yes, absolutely, I will. And Mr. John Dillard, thank you so much. You know what I'm talking about. I appreciate it. You're a good man. But I figured we'd go through the comics real quick because I only picked up...
Despite what he tries to tell people, he's a good
I know. He's a good guy. I picked up this early issue of Lucifer, issue number 10 from 2001. Like I said, I have a customer who bought pretty much all my Lucifers that I had, but I didn't have any this old, so he might actually find it interesting. I absolutely love this cover. It's a Duncan Figueredo, the guy who was doing Hellboy for a while. Just gorgeous cover. I really like this one. Picked up a couple issues of Nightwing. Let's see, did I? No, just this one. Okay, this is one of the Rebirth issues. This is issue number 3. I found some more of those Dreamweaver Transformer issues. This is issue 1 and 3, and they had multiple covers of number 3, which I kind of like how those go together. Very nice. I don't know if there's more covers or not, but very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I love those. I don't have that one.
Oh yeah.
No, I do have that. No, I don't. I don't know.
We got a Ghost Rider issue number 35. I don't have this one. This appears to be a Brett Blevins one, so that's cool.
That is actually a very infamous in my life book.
Oh yeah, and then we have that Flash series, the 6-part series. This is actually part 1. An early New Warriors issue. This is issue number 3. I picked this up because somebody recently raided my New Warriors collection and bought up a whole bunch of my early issues. So, and then I have 2 copies of the Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and the Human Torch. This was not too long ago. I forget when they did this, but this is issue 9 and 10, and worth checking out, just seeing what's in it. So that was it. Just those 10 comics. Like I said, I picked up previews, and we have the DC previews, and we have the Marvel previews, and we may look through these a little later. I'm really liking what they're going to do with a Legion of Superheroes, putting the new Superboy in it. Michael Brian Bendis on writing, but Brian Sook on art. So that right there has pretty much got me sold. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this comes out. But we'll flip through those later. But in the meantime, Let's do some drawing. Let's do some drawing.
Well, I thought we was gonna look at the preview. Oh, you wait until other people come in.
Oh yeah, we'll do that a little later. Hey Avery, what's going on?
Not much.
Avery.
Hey,
What?
hey, Avery. John wants us to send him an invoice for Sunday.
I love Avery when he just wakes up.
Yeah, well. All right, so what am I drawing this evening? I'm in the mood to draw something, but I don't know what. You know
What
what?
are you're gonna draw lines.
I'm going to draw lines. I'm going to draw lines, and I hope that the lines come together at a certain angle so that they all of a sudden make something spectacular and blow everybody out of the water.
Never in
That's my
your
goal.
life.
That's my goal. Yeah.
It's good to have goals, even when you never achieve them.
I know, Rick. Damn it.
No, I'm not sure if Rick is getting better at the insults or if his
Yes.
puns are just getting funnier, you know? Dillard says, I guess we all got to love something. Ain't that the truth? Oh, I had a conversation with my boss today, and it was me. I was actually kind of bringing him bad news about something. And when I got done, I'm like, I really...
Here.
Hey, I said, shut up. I told him, I said, I really hate the fact that I brought you bad news. He says, yeah, next time bring me good news. And I paused for a minute and I said, it's New Comic Book Wednesday. And he's like, good for you.
He's like, good for you, dork.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. I have an idea what I'm going to draw.
Dude, I looked for a Kirby character to draw tonight, and it's easier to find. So I wanted to look up all the characters that Jack Kirby drew, or he.
Help co-create.
Yeah, it's easier to find a character he didn't create. Jeez,
That's true.
Decide already. I can't. It's like, I knew I wanted to do Doctor Doom, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it on Kirby, where you're supposed to like draw like Kirby, or my intention is to try to do what I've never tried to do and draw like Kirby, or at least where I'm attempting a Kirby style. So I've always wanted to draw Doctor Doom, haven't, but I have now, I guess, because I did a sketch today. But I still don't know what I'm gonna want to like do for tonight.
Well, hey, Fearful Milk, how's it going, man? I don't think I've ever tried to draw Kirby style. I mean, I have used Kirby techniques, like Kirby crackles and so forth.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I've ever actually tried to draw in his style. I was never a Kirby fan. That was well before my time.
Yeah.
And I really didn't find it. I didn't find Kirby stuff till much later. That's like Steve Ditko to me. I was never a big Ditko fan until I found some of his stuff much, much later. Oh yeah. Hold on.
Andrew was like, me and Todd were always like, no, dude, check out this.
Yeah. Well, you guys remember my my comic book upbringing was G.I. Joe, Transformers.
Right.
That kind of stuff.
Well, I mean,
So was mine. It's just I got into the older artists. It was like Todd and I were both into that stuff.
Yeah.
You.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It really, what happened to me is when I started getting into Kirby, I went and researched it and found out like when it's sitting there telling you to draw the Marvel way and Bruce Simmons is drawing his drawings, then they flashed past 20 Kirby drawings. I mean, they really milked Kirby. Dude, all those cups from the 70s that you used to get at the 7-Eleven and whatever, I grew up with those cups, and those were all Kirby drawings, and I didn't know it. So later in life, when I started going, this Kirby guy that everybody worships, that my dad worshipped, and my dad was actually bummed out when he died back in '94. Let's take a look at him.
Do you know who the artist was that I saw on products that I noticed and kind of liked was Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Yeah.
It was his stuff that I saw. It wasn't Kirby stuff that got my attention. It was his stuff that did. You know.
Yeah.
But
Well, you know why so
I don't
much-
know if that's because of all the licensing he did. You know, because I remember seeing his art on everything from PJs to underoos to thermoses to lunchboxes. I
what
don't
probably
remember.
happened is in a time when everybody was going, oh, there's a new rule, you know, Marvel, you know, give me mine. He probably was like, Marvel, you can just whatever I do for you is yours. And
Well,
that's
he did a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez did a lot more DC stuff, and for some reason I was more familiar with DC characters because of lunchboxes and cartoons. I wasn't familiar with the comics as much as I was. I could tell you who Superman was, but it wasn't because I read a Superman comic. It was because I saw him on underoos and stuff like that.
See, so much of the stuff I saw was Kirby on lunchboxes.
Yeah, no, I
Not to
never
mention,
never really remember seeing Kirby that much.
Star Wars fans, and I forgot about this. Star Wars, words are hard.
Yeah, we know.
Yep. Star Wars fans was always barraged with the fact that Darth Vader was a Kirby rip. He was they would always say Doctor Doom, but if you really look at it, the Emperor, it's almost like the Emperor is dark side. There's a lot of, and I don't want to say, I hate that word because it's not rip, it's influence, but you can definitely see that Darth Vader is very influenced by Doctor Doom. And I remembered that that when I was getting into Doctor Doom, I loved Darth Vader. My dad was like, well, then you'll love Doctor Doom. And he showed me a Kirby Doctor Doom. I just didn't know it was Kirby. And I remember loving Doctor Doom because I knew he was like Darth Vader, you know. But as I'm going back through all this stuff, I'm finding archives from old 80s things that was calling it out that Darth Vader was inspired by Doctor Doom. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. So,
it's funny what the things that we remember as kids, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But that's just it. So then I'm going through all the things he created. I'm like, dude, this guy did really define our generation of bad guys. Not just the good guys he created. We always think about that. But look at the bad guys he created. Calabac, how do you say it? Calabac, right?
But the entire fourth world, yeah.
Yeah, the entire fourth, exactly. Choose, just Galactus.
Yeah.
He created the scrolls, I believe, too. Every time I would ask, wait, did Jack Kirby create that? I'd go type it in, and sure enough, there he is.
Oh, yeah. He was the co-creator or the creator of a pretty huge chunk of the flagship Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't create Thanos, though.
No.
That was Jim Starlin.
Yeah, no, that was... After. Yeah, they ripped, and Starlin even said he ripped that off of Darkseid.
Yep.
Well,
there was a time when where Marvel and DC were kind of going back and forth at each other that way. So there were a lot of creations that were quote unquote inspired. You know.
Yeah, they were constantly ripping each other off.
Yeah.
That's what. As young as I was when Image came out, I always was like, why are y'all, what, hasn't that been the way it's been done since forever? You know, it's like, isn't Darkseid Thanos? Isn't, Superman, been ripped off a million times? You know, isn't Spider-Man Blue Beetle? You know, it's like,
I don't think Spider-Man was inspired by Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, absolutely was. Yep.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
Huh. If you asked me that in a trivia question, I would not have gotten it.
I wouldn't. About 2-3 months ago, I wouldn't have known that either.
Really?
You know what? I can't trust everything I learn on the internet anyway. So.
No, you can't. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that is not true.
Right. So yeah, I gotta.
Well, his powers and all that might have been, but I think Spider-Man was a little bit ripped off from Superman more in personality.
No.
being the goody two shoes and all that, for lack of
that
a.
word. There's that word "rip" again, because Blue Beetle is nothing like Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is nothing like. But if you're talking about, you know, in being inspired, it's kind of like reference. You look at reference, you kind of get your base settings, and then you put the reference away, and you finish your thing. Well, that's what's happening with this. It's not really rips, it's reference. It's like, oh, that character inspired me. Shazam is actually, well, it is, you know, there's a lot of it that's like Superman, but I'm glad they were inspired by Superman. I'm glad they tried to rip off Superman, because you got a different character that's now actually teams up with Superman, you know?
Oh, there was a time where it was outselling Superman.
Oh, funny.
Well, that's one of the reasons why DC sued and actually won. That could not have happened in today's day and age, you know?
Yeah.
What happened then?
Sam, or did I say Captain Marvel?
You said Captain Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Well, Shazam, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
DC sued. What was the company that owned them originally?
Fawcett Comics.
Fawcett, yeah. What's up, Mr. Todd?
How's it going?
What up, man?
I'm gonna freak out my wife in just a minute, because there's a hurricane coming our way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hurricane party at my house, guys.
You know, there's a good chance it won't hit us, because
I know.
they usually turn from us.
Yeah.
And go up.
Yeah,
My
we're
family in Orlando is worried.
most likely we're gonna get rain and wind. That's it.
My wife goes to buy a whole bunch of water. I'm like, don't do that.
I mean, I'm gonna buy like some stuff I could eat just in case the power goes out.
Right.
Yeah. No, I went to the store this evening and bought a bunch of canned stuff and
Yeah. I'm gonna buy
stuff
that
that we would normally eat anyway, you know.
Well, this isn't stuff I'd eat normally, but I can just pop a can and eat it.
Yeah. No, I bought canned fruit. There's some fruits that my wife likes.
Yeah.
Peaches, and not peaches, pears and mandarin oranges. And trust me, it's one of those things where if a hurricane doesn't come through, it's not going to go to waste.
Yeah, I'll eat the stuff anyway. Usually, if they sit, because only a few hurricanes have hit Jacksonville in our lifetimes.
Yeah, it's been a long time since one hit us directly. So
a couple of years, we got a good piece of that one a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But normally they turn north once they're headed towards us.
Yeah.
Because that Gulf Stream carries right up to Georgia and Carolinas.
Yeah, even Mother Nature is like, ooh, Jacksonville, gross.
Exactly.
No, it's the Gulf Stream.
Yeah, whatever. No,
But-
there's a reason why the coast of Florida is curved like that, you know? It's because storms have come in for centuries, for millennials,
There's a
millenniums, you know?
For millennials, hurricanes have come for millennials.
Yeah.
There's a reason there's a curve. Sounds like what I told my girlfriend.
Oh,
See, I'm not 100% sure if that's something I need to back out or not, because I didn't get it. Okay. Hold on a second. Fearful Milk says, sorry, doing something hopefully won't be long. Also might be able to show my drawing tonight. Have audio, so can't speak. Okay. Hey, does anyone know how to speed up videos, then put music over it? I use, Fearful Milk, I use, for my Mac, iMovie. What do you guys use to do that for with like a Windows PC?
I use Mauve AVI.
Yeah, Moby.
Mauve AVI? Okay.
Yeah, is that free?
Was for me.
Are we live?
Okay, yeah, because it's like I downloaded the free trial and it wanted to watermark everything.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Ew.
I have Premiere. I don't know how to use it, so I just use some stuff on my phone.
I use ScreenFlow. I've used Premiere, Final Cut Pro, After Effects, all that stuff. But
I can't.
After Effects, is that an Adobe thing?
yeah,
If you have the suite, you have it.
Yeah, I have the suite. I've never
you
used it.
You have Premiere as well. Premiere is for video editing.
Okay.
I actually really enjoy ScreenFlow for Mac.
Well, I like iMovie. I've had no problem with it ever. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff I could do with it, but I just don't know how. But it's so it's easy enough to where I can make a video and I can do it quickly, and I don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, I wish I had something simpler to use on the computer. What I use on my phone is actually the Adobe stuff that's on the phone because it's all free it's all free. The Adobe stuff for phone, at least it is if you have an Adobe account. Although it's not as good as using Premiere, but it's just easier.
So what's the weather like up north, Todd?
It's like high 70s, low 80s.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It was a little rainy. Like it had like a couple of raindrops. Like that rain that just like cools the skin.
We don't have that here. That's the short rain that just makes it steamier and muggier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling everybody there was a day last week. I don't remember exactly what day, where I went outside from work and the wind was blowing, but it was literally blowing hot wind. It was like, oh, it was so uncomfortable. But welcome to Florida in the summer.
Yeah, or eating at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I did that recently.
Hot wind.
Hot wind.
I think I heard the baby.
I know.
All right. Do you need me to go?
You heard a baby.
Stop it, Andrew. Don't get excited. It's so creepy.
I'm gonna see her soon. I've never met the youngest. I've met the oldest, but I never met the youngest. So.
Oh
God, we're clipping.
I'm looking forward to that.
I can't. I disavow.
I'm going up to New York. I'm gonna visit with them, and I'm gonna make her my friend. she is going to think.
Can you wait? Can we? Here's what I would like. And Avery or Kodiak, one of you guys can do this. When this video gets posted live, I want someone to find that clip and play it back at like 50% speed, so the octave drops by like 2.
Yeah, I'm going to New York, my friend.
All right, what I'm talking about, people, is I've said that I want to be.
Hide your children.
I want to be somebody's Stan Lee. I want to be the one that they were the guy they remember who created something.
So you're going after 2-year-olds. Got it.
No, I'm just saying I'm going to make these kids my friends to the point where one day they're going to grow up and they're going to say, "Hey, I know the guy that created that. He was my friend. He was my dad's friend. He came to my house and he drew pictures with me."
Yeah, you're delusional.
I was going to say play with me, but that's not exactly what I was going for. But
hey, Andrew.
No, I'm saying.
You realize how creepy this is sounding, right?
Hey, you won't believe how many guys. You won't believe.
Hey, Dillard. Now, do you understand why I'm so mean to him?
So
Get it now?
See, I think it's cool that my kids can tell their friends, "Hey, I know these famous artists."
Andrew, I know
because they hung out with my dad. They were like friends.
I know your children. They're ashamed of you.
Yeah, but they like you guys. They think you guys are awesome. So
yeah, because we don't hang out in their house and try to befriend them. I've never told either one of your kids, "Will you be my friend?"
That's not what I was saying, guys.
Can I be your Stan Lee? Ugh, just creepy, dude.
That's not what I was saying, and
it's exactly what you said.
Hey guys, let's hang out.
So what I was saying was, I would like them to one day, when I'm rich and famous and so forth, for them to be able to say, "Hey, I knew that guy. I hung out with him. My dad and him were good friends." And
yeah, man. The next person who could turn into like a Stan Lee has no idea they're on that track in life.
Well, I know, but that's
that person. There may never be another person like him again.
Well, no, what I'm talking about Stan Lee-wise is somebody who created something that people remember. My goal has always been to create something that will outlive me,
All right. You can be
And
the next.
my goal is for Hero to outlive me.
You
know?
got kids. They should do that. And your kids have kids, right?
My kids do not have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my kids are old enough they could have kids, but neither one of them do. So
Andrew can only tie so many up in the basement for so long.
Oh.
they do start to smell after a while.
My gosh.
You have to get fresh ones.
Oh.
We are talking about fruit, right? I don't know what you all were talking about. I was talking about fruit.
Keeps them right next to the nuns.
No, but as I was saying, I look forward to seeing and visiting with and being friends with Todd's children. I think they're awesome.
I think
I think their dad is awesome. I think their mom is awesome, and I want them to think that their dad has awesome friends.
Hey, Todd, just so you know,
Yeah.
I have no interest in even speaking to your children. To their
Thank you, Avery. Thank you for being a normal adult.
Why the heck would I want to do that? Be a normal adult? That sounds boring.
I know what you mean, Andrew, and I.
You know what I'm getting at, right? You know.
we know what you mean. We're just having a really good time twisting it into something else.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm making mental notes to never leave.
But in Andrew's defense, he did go to the school for adults, the Michael Jackson School for Adults.
Oh God! No, really.
Hey, these guys went to the same school I went to, so.
Oh.
And you know what? I should not throw Mikey under the bus like that, but I was like,
Oh, my kids think my friends are the greatest. They think they're awesome.
that's
You know?
because they're like, "Are you my daddy?"
That's not true, Mother.
We've always just sort of talked to your kids like they were adults.
Well, yeah, I know.
That's because they were more mature than Andrew.
Guys, quit rubbing that in. That hits a little too close to home, you know. But you know, I would like for your children to remember me fondly when I am
Fondling what?
not fondling. I said
Oh.
fondly.
Oh,
Dude,
Todd.
he's typing up the restraining order right now.
Are we sure he
Abe
should be
Sapien
working
says, "Hey all, nice Conan books." D's in and he says, "I put the lotion on the skin, so it gets the hose again." And then Abe Sapien says, "You like balloons, Georgie."
Okay, are we sure?
Oh wow.
Are we sure
Good
Andrew
one.
should be working on a kid's book?
Oh.
How else am I going to get them to come into my store?
Oh,
Just kidding.
At least he didn't say van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a van anymore.
He doesn't even know it, so that's what makes it so funny.
Guys, stop. Y'all do realize I'm being serious here.
Yeah.
You know,
I
think
know.
I want Todd's children to be like my biggest fans. You know, and I think I can impress them. I have the mental capacity to impress them. That's what I think.
Melissa's giving you a what the hell is he talking about look. Ow. And now I'm getting smacked.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I think it's very sweet.
Well, there is something to be
I
said.
threw up in my mouth a little.
There is something to be said that there is no more Walt Disneys. There is no more Stan Lees.
Yeah, that proud glad hander to the public. Yeah, I know, man. As corny as you thought it was, like in your teen years or growing up.
Yeah.
It's like as an adult, you look back, you go, "Yeah, we actually need people like that to represent things."
Yeah. I
You
think
see it differently.
Mr. Rogers was the last one to pass. No, Stan Lee was the last one to pass away, but
Mhm.
you know, Mr. Rogers was another one. You know,
He was the last.
Well,
I think he was the last one. Yeah.
I think Mike Mignola could be considered a creator that'll go down in history
Yes, but he
like them.
not on the same level.
Not on the same level, but definitely a creator that will be remembered for his creation.
He is not in the same way.
Oh, I know, but
Not even close.
But he'll be remembered for his creation.
No, the thing is though, the public knew those other people. The main public, even though they've seen Hellboy, they don't know Mike Mignola.
Well,
it's different.
That's who created him.
Oh,
I hope you're joking.
No, I'm not. I've heard of Hellboy, but I didn't know who created him.
Yes, Mike Mignola.
And I have no idea what he looks like or who he is, really. But
I think I've seen him once.
I think John Byrne is probably another creator that, but he's more, John Byrne, I think, is more like a Walter Simonson or a Steve Ditko. They're known in the comic world, but in the overall world, they're not known.
People that transcend into like the normie world, like Walt Disney did, like Stan Lee did, like Jim Henson did.
Yeah.
Those people are all gone. Like there's no one around.
Jim Henson. Yeah, that's another good. Yeah.
There's no one else around. That whole era is gone.
yeah.
I don't know if it's coming back. It ain't coming back.
I think those are people that branded their creations, to the point where not only are their creations named, they're remembered for it.
Yes.
You don't see that as much anymore,
It's not easy to do.
No, I know. I understand. I mean,
a lot of things are different now.
I want people who know Hero to know me as well, That's my goal, is for people to not only know Hero, but to know me.
Intimately.
I just need to create more books. I think Hero is going to become one of those things. See, look, Dillard, I'm talking about Hero. It's going to be one of those things that somebody in the future finds, like long after I'm gone. Somebody will find it and go, wow, this is interesting. This is cool. Let's make it into something else.
Oh, I was going to say something so mean and so funny, but I couldn't do it. I tried. I was like,
you should have. You missed your opportunity.
Yeah. I'll save it for next time. Because that was a moment. I gotta.
I set these things up, you guys. You should take advantage of it when it happens.
I was, but
like Andrew takes advantage of small children.
This is gonna bite us in the ass.
No, only Andrew's gonna bite it in the ass.
So my cousin has a daughter, and when she was much younger, she's like, I don't know how old she is now, whatever it is, but she visited one time, and I taught her something. When they were swimming in the swimming pool, I taught her what we call water kisses. And my cousin was like, what the hell are you talking about? I said, I'll show you what it is. And I went under the water, came up, and I had my cheeks filled with water, and I went and spit it all over her. I said, it's a water kiss. Well, supposedly when she went home, she was young enough to where she would have swimming lessons. And she showed everybody in her swim class how to do water kisses. And needless to say, my cousin called me up the next night and said, my daughter got in trouble for the thing you taught her, for the thing you showed her. And I'm like, I'm just laughing my ass off. And I want to be remembered. And she remembers it still to this day. Yes. And to this day, she remembers that I showed her how to do water kisses and that she got in trouble for showing everybody in her swim class about it. So
that is
You taught a child to spit on other children.
Yes, I taught. Yeah, but I called it something cute. I called it water kisses. So I got away with it,
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
That's the reason when I beat you, I call it happy touches.
I didn't get in trouble. She got in trouble. So
it's not assault, officer. It's happy touches.
It's happy touches.
Rapid, forceful, happy touches.
Actually, you did get in trouble. Her dad called you.
No, her mom did.
Okay, well,
my cousin called me. Yeah. Well, whatever. She was living in like Pennsylvania or Wisconsin or
Like,
someplace like
you
that. So it's like, what are you going to do to me now? You know, I'll see you when you come down to Florida.
You'll forget about it by then.
Oh, now they live here, so I don't. You know, now I gotta potentially deal with it every time I see them. So
Plot twist, they're listening right now and you just reminded them.
oh no, I reminded them this past weekend. So I said, remember I taught you how to do water kisses? And she was like, yes, I remember that. Oh, I've got this ongoing joke with her daughter in the fact that I pretend like I forgot what her name is. And every time I see her, I say, hey kid, what's your name again? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. And it drives her crazy because I pretend like I don't remember her name.
Yeah, that nothing builds a child's self-esteem like, being forgotten.
Yeah. I know what her name is.
Yeah.
I know what her name is, but I pretend like I don't. And it just drives her crazy.
Andrew.
Well, her grandmother stripped me naked and threw me out in the middle
Oh my
of the street
God.
when I was a kid. So yeah.
Say that again slower in your deep man voice.
Mrs.
She
Jacoby
stripped-
becoming.
She stripped me naked.
Mrs. Leeds becoming. Do you see?
Wow, the more I think about it, that could explain a lot about me.
It does explain a lot.
Behold the great red dragon.
It explains this glass of wine I just downed. Ugh.
No drinking, Kodiak.
Oh, yeah.
Kodiak.
I forgot. You're right.
You're supposed to be behaving.
I do behave. I've
You
lost
know what one drink can do to you.
No, not lately because of the weight I've lost.
All right.
That
All
I've-
right. All right. You get
Yeah, I
stupid.
still got to be careful. Yeah.
He's gonna go on one of his early
No,
night
I
streams
thought-
and start yelling at Google and
When I
Yelling.
Facebook.
When I wake up, Kodiak.
the internet.
When I wake up in the morning, and there's some weird notification, some crazy rant video from you.
Chuck, wait. Chuck Dixon is actually Doug to Naple. Look at it.
Oh God.
Remember that? I thought somebody we know, but I don't want to mention because just why. I thought he was actually Chuck Dixon in disguise.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot who it was, but it was totally insane. I'm like, I've met Chuck Dixon, dude. And he was like, oh.
Dang, do these microns decide to all go out at the exact same time? What's up with that? No,
Were they close to a heat source? Because they could have dried out.
Huh. Oh, just for even with the cap on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, dude.
My whole house is a heat source.
I have bags of art supplies I need to throw away. Paint, in the tube, ink that's just ruined because it just sat there for so long.
Yep.
Pens that went bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I bought my wife a pack of Sharpies for Christmas one year, and when she opened them up, they were all dry, and it was because most likely they sat out somewhere, and
Dude, I threw away a whole set of Repeatograph pens because they were so dried and messed up.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Are they better than microns, or is microns?
Okay, are you inking technical things, machinery, buildings, then Repeatographs can be really good. But otherwise, they're not. The pens like the Copic multi-liners and the microns have gotten so much better than when they first came out. Repeatographs aren't worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't bother. Don't waste your money.
That's what I heard.
In my opinion, they're not worth it anymore.
You guys got me worried now. It gets so it's been like 94 outside around the house.
It takes a long time for that to happen. Some of these pens are years old, and that's the reason they're shot. And these tubes of paint and bottles of ink, they're 10 years old. Because I used to have periods where I wouldn't for a year. And so when I would start back drawing, I'd have to go buy all new stuff.
Yeah, how long did it take you to get back your Does it seem like it takes you longer when you take that
No.
long off than like if?
No, it takes almost no time. It takes a matter of a couple of weeks
Well, I guess that's kind of long to me. So
or less, but it doesn't take that long.
when you're drawing every day, sometimes you can notice differences
Uh-huh.
every day. You know. So
Especially when you're in a rapid growth spurt.
yeah.
Those come and go. Things just start clicking in your head.
I don't know, but I'm definitely going to start studying Kirby because he definitely had something right. And I think you guys might have heard of him. I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's how dynamic.
Yeah, everything everything was
Everything-
reaching for the sky. Everything was reaching for you or kicking at you.
Everything was very powerful, very dynamic.
And there
very
wasn't that many. If you
coming
look
at
at it, there wasn't that many hand gestures. A lot of it was the same exact hand gesture. It just was because it just worked.
He had his shorthand down.
There we go. That's his hand. That's a Kirby hand gesture.
Where
Your fingers are making me hungry.
Don't worry, he'll break out a plate and like lick them soon.
I'm sure.
and then you'll lose your appetite. And
Yeah.
I already did. It's over.
I've lost like 20 pounds since listening to. No, I'm just kidding.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can hear you.
Okay.
Did you say anything? Did you say anything important?
No, it's just like my screen for this is.
Getting choppy every once in a while.
All right. What do you guys think of my wolf character?
It's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's all right.
I think I made him a little too thick.
I think he was a little too buff because he was making me feel kind of funny about myself.
Yeah, I had started the drawing and I started thinking about Kodiak and I started thinking about, arms and
It's pretty good.
pecs.
This is the first episode that's totally getting hacked.
It only took 100 and some odd. Oh, well. Okay, Abe Sapien said, Rick, China. And then he says, ha ha ha, stupid phone. And then he says, Mike is not in front as Stan was. That is true. D says, be careful, Avery. Someone, cough, cough, Andrew, is going you light you on fire and push you down a parking lot in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I got the reference.
When people compare Liefeld to Stan Lee and people get butthurt about it, they don't get it. They're absolutely right. Liefeld is exactly like Stan, and this is how. He's got the energy about
He
comic
sold all
books.
of his creations.
Sold all of his creations. Everything he creates or touches sells. But Stan was from day one, he was adamant about wanting to be a part of Hollywood. He even moved from New York to Hollywood. And till the day he died, he was all about that life. So is Liefeld. And Liefeld, he doesn't become the celebrities he chases, but he chases those celebrities, much like Stan did. And it's actually, I can see Liefeld as he's getting more and more enjoyable to be around. I can see him being the closest thing our generation has to a Stan Lee
I
left.
could see that. I think that's a fair assumption.
Yeah, he could do it. He could pull it off.
He doesn't. The only thing that won't make him Stan Lee is he doesn't have the amount of creations.
Yeah.
And he won't. And he doesn't have. He has a hit, but he needs to get to even to Disney level. He needs a string of them.
Yeah, and he doesn't even own all but a third of his creations,
Damn, did previews? Oh, it's DC previews. It's not just.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I was about to say, did previews get anorexia or what?
I'm gonna spotlight it. Oh, geez, was I spotlighted the whole time?
You were.
Oh, I was spotlighted for you guys, but I was shit. Okay, all right. Well,
Boomer.
yep. All right. So I figured let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. I haven't done a previews episode in forever, and since I already went through the comics I bought and there wasn't very many, we might as well look at this. This is September's previews for books coming in November, so coming in at the end of this year.
That art on the cover, I can't wait until that dies.
Till what?
that art that's on the cover. I see it everywhere. I can't
This
wait.
is Ryan Sook. Ryan Sook's fantastic.
It may not be Ryan Sook that I'm hating on. It might be his colorist, but I hate it.
I hate it.
Well, I like Ryan Sook stuff. His stuff's
Maybe you
amazing.
guys can touch on what I'm seeing. You see that bland thing that I'm seeing? That team. It's just.
I don't care for it.
Yeah.
I don't care, but I don't care for anything DC, Marvel, Image, IDW.
Oh, well, I like Ryan Sook's art, whether it's black and white, whether it's colored. It looks fantastic to me. So, but let's take a look and see what we got going on here. We have the Spotlight is usually the best things to look at. Spotlight Batman White Knight presents Von Freeze, written by Sean Murphy and art by Klaus Janson. Cover by Sean Murphy. It looks like it is a one-shot. I guess this is a one-shot set in the world of Batman White Knight in Sean Murphy's universe, I guess you could say. $5.99 for 56 pages. I'll wait till they put it in a nice big collection, because you know that's going to happen. Hey, check it out here. This is a guide to, here is your guide to DC's labels. They're not imprints, they're labels.
See, now that picture I like. The one of Mr.
There's
Freeze.
DC Kids, DC Young Adults, DC, and then DC Black Label. That's the difference.
Oh, DC Black Label.
That's right. Oh, this is
Actually a cool name.
this is a new imprint that started the month before this. This is Joe Hill's Hill House Comics. This is the second book being released,
I wonder
called
if
The Dollhouse Family. Let's see. Written by Mike Carey. Backup story written by Joe Hill. Art by Peter Gross and Vince Locke. I recognize Peter Gross's name, but not Vince Locke. I'm not sure who that is. But I'm willing to give all these a try, because this is new horror type comics.
Well, I'm a Joe Hill
DC,
fan,
so
so
yeah.
I'm just always afraid lately.
DC Young Animals. This is the imprint that was started for what's his name? The guy from the rock band, Gerard Wade.
Oh yeah.
This is Far Sector, written by K.N.
A
Jemison.
lantern of some sort.
Yeah, well, art and cover by Jamal Campbell.
These are all indie. These are all like their own independent. They're
Right,
not owned
right.
by DC, right? Or are they? Are they new?
No, but that's
No, they're DC. No, this is DC. This is DC.
that's straight up
That
lantern.
looks, that looks like a Green Lantern.
All right, this is, well, it says here, rookie Green Lantern investigates deep space mystery in Far Sector. But the thing that's
Oh, that's
interesting
kinda
is
cool.
it's full color DC Black Label, but it's DC's Young Animal. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be the mature readers or not. But it's a 12-issue limited series, so
Actually, that's
Is that another Earth Lantern? A new Earth Lantern there?
I haven't read the whole thing, but okay, I'll read it right here. N.K. Jemisin, the acclaimed award-winning author of The Broken Earth and Inheritance science fiction trilogies, makes her comic book debut with best-selling Naomi artist Jamal Campbell as they thrust you into a stunning sci-fi murder mystery on the other side of the universe. For the past 6 months, newly chosen Green Lantern Sojourner Joe Mullen has been protecting the city enduring, a massive metropolis of 20 billion people. The city has maintained peace for over 500 years by stripping its citizens of their ability to feel. As a result, violent crime is virtually unheard of, and murder is non-existent. But that's all about to change in this new maxi series that gives a DC Young Animal spin to the legacy of the Green Lanterns.
Okay, so doesn't sound like Earth. She looked like she could easily be from Earth.
Oh yeah. Well,
The Black Label is usually alternate.
yeah, that's the thing. It's weird, but you know what? This is one of those things where I'll check out the first issue. Maybe if it's good, if it's decent, I'll just get it in trade, collected edition. So we'll see. Genlock #1 from DC. This is written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, with art by Carlo Barberi and Walden Wong. And it's got a cardstock cover by Jim Lee. So I guess you've got to go out and buy it, guys. It's Jim Lee on the cover.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, whatever. This is a limited series, 1 of 7. So Then we have a Green Lantern number 85 facsimile edition, which I can't see paying $3.99 for those things, but okay, whatever. And then they solicit some 100-page giants down here, which, once again, not really interested in those. Green Lantern Black Stars number 1, written by Grant Morrison with art by Zira
God.
Manico and cover by Liam
Is that
Sharp.
how?
Maybe. Well, no.
Looks like it.
What has Hal Jordan done following in the catastrophic events of Green Lantern number 12? No Green Lanterns can be found patrolling their space vectors, and not a single power ring lights the darkness. Okay, whatever.
God, and you know what's so funny about that is I just read Rebirth, and I'm like, that was refreshing. Of course.
No.
Gotta undo any good thing that happens.
Well, I don't know if you guys remember the Black Stars series that came out back in
In,
back in the
90s.
day, back in the 90s. Yeah, I got onto it originally because it was Travis Charest art, but it was his early stuff, so it was, it wasn't that great, but it was still nice. But Donna Troy got involved in it. She became a Dark Star for a while, and
What are dark stars? I'm not too
they were
familiar.
like Green Lanterns, but different types of Green Lanterns. And I think this is
Old school
something
or
along that.
newer? Were they a character?
They were just different. It was a different space cop core, core,
But like, when were they 90s, 80s, or?
Oh yeah, 90s, definitely
90s.
90s.
Yeah,
He-Man-
I got a few of the issues.
Yeah, I bought some too, but I don't remember what it's about.
He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse number 1. It's a 6-issue
How many
limited series.
people have the damn license to He-Man? Damn it!
Well,
No,
DC currently has it. So
DC's had it for quite some time.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought I'd seen some. Oh, maybe it's net. Okay, that's movies. That's TV.
well, this could be interesting. It's written by Tim Seeley, but it's got art by Dan Fraga and Richard Friend.
Ooh,
So yeah, Dan Fraga's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Well, that's a 6-issue limited series, which means it'd probably make a great collected edition, DC, let's see, we got, this one says DC Black Label as well. But it says John Constantine Hellblazer, number 1, written by Cy Spurrier with art by Aaron Campbell, covers by John Paul Leon, and alternate covers by Charlie Allred. I don't know if it's worth picking it up just for the covers, but I was never really a huge Constantine fan, but it might be worth checking out. These are one-shots that are coming out of the I believe this is part of the whatever the big crossover they're doing right now with Deceased.
Infected.
Yeah, this is the Infected King Shazam, written by Cena Grace. Oh, that's one of Avery's favorites, with art by Joe Bennett. And then this one is the Infected Scarab by Dennis Hopeless and Freddie E. Williams II.
If Joe Bennett's drawing that, does that mean he's not drawing Immortal Hulk anymore?
I think he's wrapping up Immortal Hulk because I think in Marvel's preview, it's soliciting issue number 25.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're wrapping up at least his run on it.
Oh man, he should keep going on that book. That book is one of the few that's actually halfway decent.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that, and you just put it over. I'm gonna check that one out because I heard it from some good sources. But
There's definitely a couple points in the book that you're just like, man, damn it! Like the writer kind of can't keep pants on.
He also hates us.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I mean. Like he there's a couple of shots where he like kind of breaks to make a point that doesn't need to be made. But with that said, the book is. I mean, I think I've read all the issues that are released. I think. Well, I'm about 1 or 2 issues back now. But yeah, it's a fantastic book. I'm probably gonna buy it when it comes out in hardcover, like when it actually like the whole thing is done.
That'd be
And
nice if they actually do it in a hardcover, though. So
I think they will. It's gonna win like a bunch of awards, and I think it's the best incarnation of Hulk since like Del Keown and I don't know, man. It's a really good book. Like it's weird. It's got a little bit of like the Crypt Keeper, like that old school Tales from the Crypt thing going on, and it's like Hulk meets mysticism. You know what I mean?
very
like,
cool. All right, back to DC's previews here, since we're checking out these.
Yeah, dude, I know.
This is Legion of Superheroes number 1. Brian Michael Bendis with Ryan Sook. The only thing I can hope is that Ryan Sook stays on the art longer than one issue, but we'll have to see. It does have a variant cover by Jimmy Chung, so that might be cool. But that's definitely something I'd be buying. Here we go. The Question: The Deaths of Vic Sage, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz, with a variant cover by Jeff Lemire. This is a 4-issue limited series, prestige format, bi-monthly book, 48 pages for $6.99. Damn. But it's listed as DC's Black Label, so it should be a mature reader's book. I don't know if anybody out there is a fan of The Question, but this actually sounds like it could be awesome.
Yeah, Evan Van Scriver, I think, is. So.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is something that I'd probably pick up in a trade or a nice hardcover, you know? All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Tales from the Dark Multiverse. These actually sound kind of cool, even though they're one-shots. They'll probably collect them all into one book later on. But what they are is they're like tales of stuff that we are familiar with, but told from the point of view of the Dark Multiverse. Like this one is for Blackest Night, and this one is for Infinite Crisis. The other ones that they solicited last month were like Nightfall, which was the breaking of the Batman's back, and the death of Superman. But it was told from the purpose of the Dark Multiverse, so it's actually kind of cool sounding. But it's got covers by Lee Weeks, which that's great. This one is written by Tim Seeley with Kyle Holtz and Dexter Vines on art. That could be very cool. And this one's got Aaron Lopresti and Matt Ryan on art with James Tyrion IV.
It definitely seems like DC scooped up, like hoovered up all of the good, any of the good artists and writers that are left in comics, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they've got Lee Weeks on art on covers. I mean, and the only thing could probably be better than that would be if they had Jim Lee doing the covers. Oh, well.
No,
All right, then we get into some kids' books. We've got.
Do you think
Diana,
this is a
Princess
Hail Mary, a last ditch effort to?
Honestly, to be honest with you guys, I think DC is trying to right the ship. I think they're cutting back on books. They're trying different things. They're not doing the flood the shelf with crap that Marvel has been doing. I think it is two major
Marvel
companies. I don't know. I doubt it. But I think it's two major companies each going in a different direction, trying to focus on different things.
That is because we've seen signs of that. There's a whole bunch of news about, like that poem that the dude that did Mouse wanted to do, and Marvel's like, nah, that's okay.
Oh yeah,
we've had enough Orange Man is bad poems. Let's do something else.
Well, these here are DC graphic novels for kids. One is Diana, Princess of the Amazons, which actually looks adorably cute. The other one is Green Lantern Legacy. This is by a couple of what appears to be Asian creators with an Asian Green Lantern, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. But these are.
I like that design.
Yeah, it's very cool. So it's worth giving it a shot. Then we have Wonder Woman Warbringer.
Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped.
This is another young adult graphic novel, or it's a graphic novel for young adults, adapted by Louise Simonson and illustrated by Kit Seaton. I don't know who Kit Seaton is, but that's very much a YA type of art style. So, all right, let's see if there's any good comics in here worth checking out. There's Batman number 83.
You gotta know something about me. I'm absolutely in love with Nightfall. So when I found out that it was Chuck Dixon, I was like, oh my God, fucking you wrote Nightfall. So.
Oh, this looks awesome. Batman Beyond number 38. This is the Batgirl or Batwoman Beyond. I'm not sure if they actually give her a name or not. Oh, it is Batwoman. Okay. But this is a cover by Lee Weeks. That looks pretty cool. This one's Francis Manapul. But she looks pretty hot.
I don't know about comic continuity. Oh my God, words. Jesus.
Yeah, spit it out, man. Spit it out. Batman versus Ra's al Ghul number 4.
But it was actually Batwoman that influenced his. He even says influenced his Batman Beyond suit.
Yeah. Batman Last Night on Earth number 3. This is the Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo Black Label series, which once again it's a 3-issue limited series, which means pick it up and trade. This one, guys, I don't know if you guys heard about this one. This is a 12-issue series This is issue 2. It's The Batman's Grave is the name of the story. It's written by Warren Ellis with art by Brian Hitch and Kevin Nolan.
Wow.
Kevin Nolan inking Brian Hitch.
That's awesome.
That could be freaking amazing. Now, the covers are only done by Brian Hitch, so you're not seeing Kevin Nolan's inking on top of his, but that could make this series very, very interesting. But it's 12-issue limited series. I'll have to see when the first issue comes out. But just Brian Hitch is a fantastic artist, but he hasn't had any splash breakout, books in a while. And this, I don't know, with Kevin Nolan on inks, could be a breakout thing for him. It'll rocket him to high levels of success like Joe Quesada. Got Birds of Prey number 2, Detective Comics 116, Doug Mankey on art, which is always awesome.
116?
1016. 1016. Thank you, Canadian.
You're welcome.
Event Leviathan number 6, Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev on art. The Flash, Joshua Williams and Rafael Sandoval on art. Flash Forward, which doesn't interest me at all, to be honest with you. I like the Doc Shaner covers, but it's got Brett Booth doing the interior, so Freedom Fighters number 11, who cares? Gotham City Monsters. Harleen number 3 by Stepan Sejic. This is a 3-issue limited series, Black Label series. It'll probably be nice as a collected edition. Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn number 3. Inferior 5 number 3, which who knows? It's a 12-issue limited series, whatever. Joker, Harley Quinn, Criminal Sanity. Last month they launched a whole bunch of new Joker books, and I don't know, maybe it has something to do with a movie coming out in October.
Yeah.
But yeah. Justice League number 36.
I'm hyped about that movie, actually.
Yeah, Lois Lane number 5. I think the only thing I'm really looking forward to this one is Mike Perkins on art. That could be very, very interesting, but it's a 12-issue limited series, so it might be one of those wait till it's collected. You got Looney Tunes, you got Mad picks the 20 dumbest of 2019. Wait, just 20? Okay, whatever. Martian Manhunter number 10 of 12. That's Riley Rosmo on art. Middleman number 2 of 12 with Shane Davis on art. RWBY number 2 of 7. This is based on an anime. I'm not really familiar with the anime. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are. We got the Supergirl annual number 2. It's got a cover by Victor Bogdanov, but that's about it. Superman, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen number 5.
Driving the Batmobile.
The Batmobile. Yeah.
I'm actually curious. See, that's the kind of thing. That's that old school thing. I actually find myself going, now why is Jimmy Olsen driving the Batmobile? That's not a bad little angle there. It's like one book I'll buy just to, but I'm not going to spend $10 on a book. So,
well, $3.99 for 32 pages. So yeah.
Did they up the pages? Well, I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's definitely not 32 pages of story. I guarantee that. Wonder Woman number 83. We got Basket Full of Heads. This is the first in that the new Joe Hill comics, Hill House comics. The story behind it. Hold on a second. Yes. Okay. Thank you, dear. My wife just put together 100 bags and boards for me because she's freaking awesome. This is Basket Full of Heads number 2. The storyline is this girl. She's being tormented by these guys who've kidnapped her boyfriend, and she's trying to rescue her boyfriend. And she has this axe from like 8th century Vikings, where it's got some type of magical power to it that when it can cleave off a man's head completely with one swing. But because of the magical influence of the axe, it allows the head to retain life, and there's stories being told by the heads and so forth. So it's a really weird, twisted thing, but it sounds interesting as hell.
I wrote a story called Mr. Nobody. It's a short story.
Okay, we're not talking about your short stories right now.
Oh, come on! Let me make this interesting a little bit.
Oh, stop. Let me finish this. We're almost done. Book of Magic number 14 from the Sandman universe, which looks like it's got
You don't like anybody having fun on your channel.
the Dreaming number 15, the House of Whispers number 15,
Kodiak, maybe if you were a 2-year-old.
the Last God, Lucifer number 14, Collapser number 5, Doom Patrol Way to the World number 5, Dial H for Hero, which, by the way, I have some of those issues. No, it's Wonder Twins. I have some of those issues for.
Oh, cool.
I'll put them aside for you, Todd. I know you're a big fan.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
And Young Justice number 10.
I just want to know why he became a shill for DC. Did DC stop by Misfit Corner?
No, it just so
Dude,
happens that
Andrew's
this.
always been way more DC than Marvel.
No, I haven't. Really?
Always.
No, I don't think so.
Always.
I don't think so. I think you guys
Always.
are insane. All right, everybody. That is previews for books shipping from DC in November. Friday, maybe we'll do Marvels and we'll take a look at that. But for right now, I'm sharing everybody's screen except for Todd because he's just a floating head. But what do you guys got to share? What do you guys got to share with us tonight?
Well, I was telling you about my short story.
Ross, what do you got to show us, man? Your screen's blank. What do you got going on there?
I did this earlier today.
Why can't we click on cross? Oh wow, that's actually a really good cross.
Actually, I can highlight Cross and we can spotlight him for a second and see what he's got going on.
Dang,
So
that's
who is
dynamic as
who
hell.
is that?
Cross.
This is what's his? Oh man, it's a manga anime. Thorfinn from the Vinland Saga anime manga.
Never heard of it.
Didn't think you would have.
Todd, are you familiar with that one?
What is it?
Thorfinn from the Vinland Saga.
No.
One of my subscribers, Elric, said about doing it today because I do manga today. So
You can't pick somebody that everybody knows, like Bubblegum Crisis or Project ACO or something.
what the heck are you talking about?
All right, let's switch over to Uncanny Kodiak, see what he's got going on. Oh, I know what he's got going on. What you doing, Kodiak? Tell us.
I'm practicing Jack Kirby drawings.
Yeah. When are they doing the draw thing? Is that tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, over on Blacklist Universe, Mike S. Miller's, they're doing the Drawn and Quartered tonight. They're going to do Kirby, tribute to Kirby, and this is Kodiak preparing for that.
Yeah, I was just gonna do. These were supposed to be thumbnails, and I was gonna do one big collage.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting really tired, so I'm probably just gonna send these in. I'm not gonna win, so I'm not worried about competing against anybody. But I see drawings on there, took longer than 2 hours, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, I definitely see the Kirby influence in the Hulk and in the Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
Your
this
Captain
one,
America is a little.
yeah, it's fun.
He looks like a gorilla throwing a frisbee.
Yeah,
I'll cover up the date. Be like, I just finished this.
yeah, I just finished. But this one, I didn't go for his style. I just went for.
Yeah.
Can you even see this?
Kirby just did an amazing Hulk.
Let me guess. That's Black Bolt and Medusa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me.
I was thinking, I was like, man, I'm starting to like on her. She's pretty cute. She's, got a nice design. I like her hair. Oh, damn, she's a redhead. They're gonna turn her black. I'm sorry.
Ginger erasure.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, in the TV series, they did actually keep her white.
I don't care about keeping her white because they'll still make her hair black or some craziness, or blonde or white, or it doesn't matter. They'll erase the ginger, like Avery said. They'll erase the red. It's
Well,
like they've been doing that for years. Look at Barry Allen. Look at
Wally
Matt-
West.
The Little Mermaid.
Wally West.
I'm pretty sure they did keep her a redhead in the series.
That's cool. Wait,
All right.
that actually come out?
Speaking of Avery, let's go switch over to him and see what he's got going on tonight.
Oh, I'm coloring, dude. I'm
He's got
working.
a stack of Conan comics here.
Oh yeah, that's just to mess with Todd. That's just
Oh,
to mess
Because
with
they
Todd.
look awesome, dude.
Dude, that one on the top, 152. Who did the cover?
Who does it look like?
It looks like a Michael Golden.
I'm pretty sure it is. I can't find a signature on it.
Yeah, they didn't give credit to the.
Yeah, it's not. But the inside is John Buscema.
God damn it. He
Some
did
of-
it.
These are different Conans, Todd, than the last one.
I will tell you, like, I did a little research last or on Monday after we hung up.
Uh-huh.
I guess Tuesday. Like, I knew he had a big Conan run. I did not know that he had that long of a Conan
Yeah.
run. Wow.
Yeah. There's even depending on which Conan book. Some of them are Sal Buscema, some of them are John.
Yeah.
Some of them there's Gil Kane. Like this is a Gil Kane.
Ugh.
This issue is Gil Kane, and it's
It's
good.
like the best. It's like the best. It's like the. I didn't.
It's good Gil Kane too.
Dude, it's like the best run.
Yeah.
It's up there. I think it's got to be up there with like the Fantastic Four run with Kirby and.
Now,
you know.
why are there not collected editions in hardcover and crap like that?
I don't know.
There
is, and
I did find out that there is an essential collection that collects the first 25.
Okay.
Nope, they need more.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
you're looking at 186 issues right there.
for me,
Right there,
those
that's-
books was already not censored. They weren't censored. They were already PG enough, right? They're
Yeah.
going out on Marvel's main. Well, when they reissued whatever they did from that run, like 1 through 25, I think he just said, but it's not essential, so it might be more. They edited even more. Like if she had a bikini type outfit, they like filled it out to like almost like a bathing suit type thing. It's just weird editing. Weird. It's horrible. It's like, guys, why? They can't say no booty crack. You know how we as comic books, we always throw that booty crack in a nice looking female. Nope, not allowed. Got to take it out.
I will say that every single thing on that table is better than any artwork I've seen come out of at least Marvel in the last 5 years.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree, sir.
Maybe 10.
Hmm.
And I know it's John Buscema, so it's kind of like saying,
Yeah.
it's like
Buscema.
Yeah, when I was first getting
Is that number
back to
2?
comic books, I thought Buscema was
Oh, number 7.
because I had always seen his name attached to Conan.
This is the 7th annual.
Oh,
King size annual.
Yeah, I've got a couple of the annuals. I've got some of the other Conan books mixed in here too, like King of Conan, Conan the King, or whatever it is. It's just when the comic shop was going out of business, and when I find them in 50-cent bins, I just snatch them up.
I got an idea for a challenge, and I was thinking about doing it with Detective Comics, but I think Conan would actually be better. Take a series of Conan covers and redo them, or do homages to them, but use my characters.
Yeah.
I could definitely do that. I mean, Conan would work better for the fantasy elements of Hero than Detective would. But I just think that'd be a great, like a challenge, the Conan challenge.
Hey Todd, you know how Ernie Chan inked a lot of these for him?
Yeah.
This one, Ernie Chan did the art.
Ah, that's awesome, dude.
Oh wow.
You just reminded me something, Andrew. I wanted to ask you. Anybody doing Inktoberfest with me?
I'm not. Nah,
I know you're too busy.
I'm going to be in New York for 5 days in October, so I'm not going to have time to do anything like that. Unless I cheat and do it ahead of time.
oh, you got a Comic-Con in October?
Yeah, we're going to New York. Me and Mike are going up to New York to visit Todd and his girls.
You're coming here?
We're gonna hang out with the kids.
Oh,
Hide the girls, wife.
hide the
up.
children.
Lock up your daughter. Lock up your wife. Lock up your back door. Better run for your life.
Come on, I'm not that bad, guys.
Andrew's back in town. He won't be
Oh.
messing around.
If Andrew's coming to town, hide your kids. If I'm coming to town, hide your wife.
Damn. So I recently acquired a movie collection of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I originally thought maybe I'd have maybe 100 of them. I've got a bin behind me just filled with DVDs, and I've got a whole nother bag, probably double that amount that I have yet to even look at. But there's going to be some new DVDs, new Blu-rays brought to the store this weekend. I'm probably going to have to create a whole new shelf to hold them all. So I I may do a video on them at a later time, showcasing some of those so people can take a look at them. But I'm very excited. Very excited.
Todd, look at that splash page, dude.
Nobody's looking at your.
That sucks.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the evening. I appreciate everybody who came out and checked out the show. Fearful Milk, Dillard, Abe Sapien, D. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you coming out and saying hi. And hopefully we will not be under hurricane warnings this Friday, and we will be able to live stream like normal.
It'll be Sunday night, early Monday morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
if we're going to get it.
It's always the calm before the storm. That'll be interesting. So, all right, everybody. Peace out. Have a good night, and we'll talk at y'all later. Bye.